So either the internet is trolling me or a lot of people are wrong, but I did not have a good experience with the SIG Romeo 4XT Pro. Today on Randy Reviews It, we talk about why. Stick around. So we're back. We're talking about the SIG Romeo 4XT Pro. A red dot that most of the internet told me was great, was amazing. They loved theirs. So why didn't I like it? First, we'll talk about the price, the pros, we'll get into the cons, and then kind of my conclusion on what I think you should do next with the information I've provided. Price for this little guy. I paid around $560 for it. You could probably get it for around that, maybe even a little less, but it's right around that high 500s, low 600s is what you can expect. The pros of this, it's rugged. It's very, very well built. The durability on this, I have no questions about, no qualms with. Everything seems to be as it should. It uses a AAA battery that you can see right there. Has a really nice watertight cover on it. It's waterproof. It's good. Comes with all kinds of accessories. You get bits, you get covers, you get caps, you get tools, you get mounts, you get everything you need. SIG did a good job of including everything that you would need to use this thing. It has kind of covers to adjust, sighting it in and things like that, where these are like the toolless ones that you can use to actually turn the dials. So that's pretty cool. Cons. Let's get into it. So even though it's a 20 millimeter tube, it feels a lot smaller window than my 503. My Holosun 503 feels like it has a bigger window than this. I don't know if it's because of these caps. I've tried taking them off, but it still feels small. And like the emitter is on the sidewall, and you can kind of see it. Probably not on this very well. But the emitter's on the sidewall, so you're expecting like a perfect circle, but there's like a big chunk on the left side where the emitter is that prevents like more use of the window, I guess. So it feels like it has a constantly small window. Not a fan of that. The bigger window I like on most things better. I get that they want caps and they want to make it durable, but yeah. So the reticle. Like the glass and the reticle just isn't sharp like other dots. So I had the lead and steel Promethean, better than this. The Holosun 503, better than this. The Holosun Ames, better than this. It's just the glass clarity to the dot, for my eyes, doesn't look that great on this. I've seen better. Let's talk about the real issue. What really got me to take this off my gun and say, I'm not going to use this anymore, is the buttons on the top. So we have our different brightness settings, lower, higher. In between those is a raised button, which is night vision mode. I constantly was accidentally putting the red dot in a night vision mode. Lay the gun down to change, an accessory, to add a mag weld, to do any of those things. Night vision mode. I kept thinking my battery was dead. It wasn't. It was just getting placed in night vision mode over and over and over and over. Now, with night vision mode, it should be the smallest, most deliberate button that you need to press. Like, I should know, hey, I'm going to go do a night vision mission. Probably not many missions that I'm doing, but if you're doing night vision missions, you are probably well aware of it. So you're going to hit that button deliberately. So it doesn't need to be some giant protruding button, but on this it is. What am I more likely to do? Hit the night vision button or the brightness settings? And that's where SIG got things really wrong, because I am more afraid of accidentally turning this dot off than having an issue getting it into night vision mode. Because it's turned off on me a bunch. Guess what? I don't have night vision yet. So like, it's a moot point. Like, I want a dot that doesn't turn off. And unfortunately, this keeps switching into night vision mode, where unfortunately my biological eyes do not have night vision in them, and I can't see the dot. So that's the big thing, is most dots, you know, you want shake awake, you want it on all the time. This one, I feel like you have to worry about whenever you set a gun down, how you place it, where you place it. Is it getting bumped by anything? Because your red dot could shut off, and then when, God forbid, it comes time that you actually have to use your gun, it's not on. And that's not something we want. So it's a pretty big con for me, and really was like kind of the nail in the coffin on this thing. Conclusions. I would not get this. I'm kind of done with SIG optics. I'm no longer interested in anything they have, because this is a pretty expensive optic in the grand scheme of things with how pricing is now. I'm not interested on their more expensive optics. And I feel like you're just better off getting a Holosun Ames, the Lead and Steel Prometheans, EOTechs. The Holosun is coming out with the ARO series, where it's now they're going to have bigger tubes with all the new bells and whistles. So if you're thinking about getting the SIG Romeo 4XT Pro now, ask yourself, are you only going to be running it in night vision? Because maybe then it makes sense. But if you're going to run it during the day, which I think almost all of you are, reconsider it. Maybe wait a little bit. Maybe get something else. There's the Ames Pro now too, even bigger window. All kinds of stuff coming out. Don't limit yourself to something that keeps turning off, that doesn't behave that you want it, the way you want your equipment to behave. And unfortunately, this is just one of those sites that doesn't agree with me. And I'm kind of done with SIG optics. Like, I've done videos on the Romeo 2, the Romeo 5 I was going to do a video on. I don't even know if I'm going to do that video anymore. But I did the Romeo 0 Pro, I think is what it was, the pistol one. That was probably the worst red dot I've ever used in my life. The SIG MSR I did a video on, the Romeo MSR. I think it was the Gen 1, which was the worst rifle dot I've ever used in my life. It couldn't even get daytime bright. So, yeah, I'm done with SIG optics. If you bought this and you like it, leave a comment. Tell me what you did to get around to hitting that night vision button. If you were going to buy this, I hope I saved you some money. Take care, everyone. Thanks for watching.